Yo, 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 yo. Welcome to the inaugural Under Review show hosted by Battle Rap Radar Radio. I'm X, man. Everybody should know me by now, man. And if you don't, man, I'm X. I got my two guys here, man, Coach Cotton and Brian, man. Coach Cotton, man, what's up?
What's up, man? I'm really excited to get talking about this football season and all these topics. Real quick introduction. I'm a youth football coach and avid battle rap supporter. Play football at all levels, including high school football in Brooklyn, New York at John Jay High School. And I play cornerback and safety at American International College, which is D2 in Springfield, Mass. I currently coach youth football in Springfield, Mass. And you can follow my team all season long at www.kidspickupgames.com. Also, I'm a lifelong Giants fan. I love to watch USC, the SEC, ACC, and Big Ten football.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Now we got my man Brian. Brian, man, what's up, man?
What's going on, family? How y'all doing tonight? First of all, man,
doing
thank
good.
you, everybody that's going to tune in tonight. We appreciate y'all rocking with us. I am Brian. I'm live from New Orleans, where they make gumbo at. I am the NFC South analyst for ESPN 100.3 FM New Orleans for the show The Sports Hangover. You can find us live and direct Monday through Friday, 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. Central Time. As you know, I'm already a sports show host, so I'm into every single sport that there is, and I'm just ready to rock out and do something with my guys. Also, big battle rap fan, so you might hear you might hear me kind of lean in with some bars every now and again.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, man. We don't kind of hop straight into it, man. The big story, man, that's kind of overtaken the NFL, man. The players kneeling for the anthem. We had Kaepernick kind of kick it off last year. You know, he was kind of peaceful protesting, and we kind of seen him kind of drag out. Well, not necessarily drag out. We kind of see it play out over the last past I want to say year or whatever. But Colin Kaepernick hasn't been able to find a job, man, and I've been seeing, lesser players, I guess, find jobs before him, and it's a growing theory that he's being blackballed, man. What y'all think about that, Coach Colin? What you think about that, man?
I personally think that the NFL is first of all, I'm African American. Just got to put that out there. The NFL is a business, and the consumer. The consumer is the season ticket holder. The people who watch on TV give the ratings. And when you take a polarizing stance, which he is taking, it definitely alienates some people. There's going to be blowback, and the owner's responsibility is to generate as much revenue as they can for their team. And bringing Kaepernick in. Is going to hurt the bottom line. And, I think that he made a stand. I commend him for his stand, but I think that the owners have the right to make the decision of whether they want to bring him in or not. And obviously, it looks like all of the NFL owners don't feel like it's a risk that they want to take. So that's my take on that.
Now, Brian, man, what you think about that, man?
I got to agree with Coach on one part of this, and that the NFL is a business. The problem that I have is that you can't be selective, even though you may have a right to be. You can't have guys like Josh Brown, former NFL kicker for the New York Giants. You can't have Josh Brown, domestic violence. Greg Hardy, domestic violence. Guys, of the likes, you can't have that going on. You can't have drug addicts, and think, guys like that going on in the NFL, and then tell me a guy kneeling for the pledge or the anthem is worse than a guy like that. Ray Lewis was the face of the Baltimore Ravens. Has anybody forgotten that Ray Lewis went down for attempted murder or obstruction of justice?
Yes.
He was copped out too. So,
yes,
I don't want to hear the hypocrisy of it to say, you know what, it's going to affect the bottom line. Here's what I do know about the NFL. It's not run by the fans. It's not run by the players. It's run by the sponsors, the corporate sponsors. If a company like AT&T tells the NFL, if you hire Colin Kaepernick, we'll make sure you're well taken care of, that's when Kaepernick will get hired.
Definitely.
That's true. But the matter of fact is, X, and it's they're not doing it. No sponsor, no owner is taking that stand. And it is, it is. You made a really good point there that they're taking these domestic violence perpetrators, these people who have assaulted women. There's some rape that's happening or alleged rape. With Big Ben, all these guys seem to be finding jobs where this young man is just making a stand. But it shows how powerful the stand that he's taking is. And here's a little different angle that I look at it as. Kaepernick grew up with like white parents. It's not as if Kaepernick grew up in the hood and he's not familiar with the majority of society and the way that they would interpret what he was doing. He's actually pretty familiar with that with the culture and the norms of that culture. And so what he did was very impactful, and I think he knew how impactful it was. And so the ramifications of his actions, I don't think that he took them lightly, but he definitely took them, and he definitely knew that even though he didn't kill someone, which they expect us to do, they don't expect us to take a knee during a national anthem, and he did that. And, these are the ramifications.
Yeah, I find funny, if you don't mind the rebuttal real quick. I'm sorry about that, X. If you don't mind the rebuttal real quick. Here's what I find is true hypocrisy in all of this. The NFL actually charged at one point the U.S. military to have military appreciation month, which I find to be hilarious in and of itself. And the problem that I have with, people kind of turning their back on Kaepernick to a certain degree and saying, well, we can't bring him on because, fans are turning off certain people. It's the idea that you have a player in Kaepernick, as you said, that he kind of understood the ramifications of his actions, but it's like the crime doesn't justify the punishment. The reason why Kaepernick is still in the situation he's in is because the NFL hasn't found a way to capitalize on Kaepernick just yet. Once they do, they'll bring him back in.
That's true. Here's the other thing that Kaepernick did. Kaepernick opted out of the last year of his contract. He made a bad business decision. He opted out.
Yeah, but that was kind of to balance out so he can give. That kind of was a deal between him and San Francisco, so he can. I think they were saying something about like he opted out and they'll let him play, I guess, because they had Blaine Gabbert playing. I mean, we're talking about the 49ers. Like they wasn't going to do anything anyways. But I kind of wanted to like go back to your point on the whole military and them charging the military and stuff. The NFL actually has a military appreciation month where players, they come out with the camouflage, wristbands and socks and gloves and all that stuff. I'm not sure about this, but I'm pretty sure that all of their revenue that they generate from that month, none of that probably goes to the actual U.S. military. Like, if that's what and I kind of want to say this about Kaepernick. Kaepernick is, I feel like he was really brave in what he did, but I think it's the hypocrisy, like you were saying, for him not to have a job. And, basically everybody saying, because he sucks. Well, you can't say that. But when you see people like Jay Cutler, he gets people the Dolphins call him out of retirement to come play quarterback. People like, I'm a Cowboy, Kellen Moore. Like, come on, man. Like, that's where the line kind of gets drawn for me. It's not about playing. They trying to paint the picture like, Kaepernick, he's not that good anyways. Come on, man. He led a team to a Super Bowl. He was a play away from winning the Super Bowl. He was a play away from going back to the Super Bowl. Like, it's certain. I think Kaepernick, to answer the question, I really think he's being blackballed. But the NFL kind of operates under its own umbrella anyway. So I mean, there's nothing really that you can do. I mean, there's nothing really that anybody can say or do because at the end of the day, Roger Goodell answers to 32 owners at the end of the day. So that's kind of where I stand on it. So, but anyways, though, to kind of transition from that, let's kind of touch on Zeke, man. Now Zeke was suspended for 6 games for, I guess, alleged domestic violence. His accuser has been, she's been under question. Text messages that came out, stuff been leaked. She was trying to, set him up for, to kind of blackmail him, by leaking a sex tape and all that type of stuff. I'm admittedly biased as a Cowboys fan, so I kind of want to get y'all kind of stance on it from from you guys. So Brian, man, what you think about this? What you think about the whole situation?
I'm kind of 50-50 on it, my brother, and I'm not even going to lie to you about it because I tend not to believe Roger Goodell whenever he says he has evidence. I'm a Saints fan, so, everybody out there understands what we went through during Bounty Gate, so it's very hard for me to trust anything Roger Goodell says. With that being said, the thing I can trust to a certain degree is police reports. And anytime you have 3 incidents where the police are called out for some reason and it's 3 different stories and consistent with the idea that domestic violence may or may not have taken place, I think you got to kind of shine a little bit of a light on that. With that being said, you also have to kind of take the text messages into consideration as well when she's coming out definitely saying, well, I'll get you in trouble if I want to. So I'm kind of 50-50 on it. I'll say this. If he doesn't do the whole 6 games and he does 4, I'm fine with that. The thing I find funny is the NFL had that No More campaign going, and since that time, a bunch of different things have popped up, and they've done nothing about it.
Yeah, I kind of, go back to, when she leaked the pictures. She leaked pictures of Zeke. She tagged him on Instagram saying, whatever. She tagged him. She had a couple bruises on it. Well, not even a couple. It was a lot of bruises on her, honestly. But, her friend kind of came out, told the police in the affidavit that, no, Zeke didn't touch her. She got into a fight with some chick because she was mad about this and that. So I kind of bring her into questionability a little bit, but we kind of live in a world where if a woman says like you did something to that nature, the first thing is the police is going to kind of side with her before like all the evidence come out anyways. So I don't know, but Coach Cotton, man, what you think about this?
I think that the NFL it takes a stance that is absurd, which is they think that they're gonna enforce laws, like they're gonna enforce laws and do better investigations than the actual police are doing. The police investigate the situation. Obviously, the man is still, the man is still out free. He has no charges have been not charges. He has not been convicted of anything, and the NFL is going to suspend him for 6 games. 6 games a year and a half later. Like these are charges that happened in college. I don't know. I feel like there's more in play here than just domestic violence. I think that there's a big racial component here. I believe that the young lady, I don't know her. I don't know the situation. I know the situation from when I read in the news, but I feel like she saw a paycheck in Zeke Elliott, and she engaged in a relationship with him. When she realized that he was gonna move on from her because he was upgrading to the NFL, she wasn't gonna go down without a fight. She thought she was gonna receive some type of compensation, and she continued on that plan to receive that compensation, even up until the extortion attempt. And the more that these players receive punishment for incidents that were not proved, where they were not convicted of these crimes, the more that it's going to happen, because these young men go on these college campuses and they're exposed to women that they've never seen in their lives, and these women have these ulterior motives, and they're very young and naive, and they're going to be it's going to continue to happen. The women now are going to say, hey, look, just give me $50,000, when you get to the NFL, and I won't ruin your career. You saw what happened to Zeke Elliott. You saw what happened to this guy. You saw what happened to that guy. I just feel like it's a very precarious position. And again, I wanted to be called Coach Cotton on this broadcast because I coach young men, and these young men are going to go to college. And when they go to college, they're going to deal with women that they've never seen before. The young men that I deal with are all Puerto Rican and black and from the inner city, and they're not used to seeing young white women, and it's a different type of maneuvering that you have to do. So I feel like Zeke has been like wronged. I feel like Roger Goodell is like the hand of white supremacy in this situation, and he's enacting this unjust verdict on this young man. That's just how I feel about it.
You know what though? To kind of piggyback off of that, man. Like the players gave Roger Goodell this big stick to swing. The CBA, they granted him this right to to be the judge, jury, and and all of that. So when these unjust suspensions happen, it's kind of like a slap back in their face, because they gave him this big stick to swing. But I kind of want to say this: the Giants punter, Josh Brown, that's his name?
Yes, sir.
His wife came out and stated, he was abusive, and he came out and he said that he was abusing her. It got to a point where in the Pro Bowl they had to move her, out of the hotel with him because it got to that point. Now when you see that, and then you have evidence brought right into your face, and you suspend him for what, one game or one game, and then you have Zeke on the other hand, where it's like, okay, well, this we can make a statement off of his name because he wasn't the rookie of the year, but he was a big time player on a marquee franchise, and we can use this case to kind of lay down the law. If you get in any type of situation where it involves domestic violence, no matter what, 6 games, and that's what it is. But man, that's just the hand that Roger did.